All the guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next speaker, Sabrina Sid. Sabrina Sid is a dynamic professional with a background of biomedical science, law, and business. She holds a Master of Law with specialization in human rights law from Queen Mary University of London and a Bachelor of Laws from the University of London. In her current role as the Regional Privacy and Data Protection Manager at DHL Supply Chain in APAC, Sabrina ensures data protection, compliance, and manage data breach incidents. She is known for her adaptability, embracing change as a means of survival. Please welcome Miss Sabrina Sid.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's see. My name's Sabrina. I'm from Singapore. In the daytime, I work as a Regional Privacy and Data Protection Officer. I'm quite sure half of you don't know what that means. I protect personal data. I am into privacy. So those are some of the principles that I apply. By night, I'm actually an artist. I like to paint. Some of you may have actually worked on the collaborative piece in the breakout room. So I am particularly interested in today's topic, which is AI and authorship. So what do I mean by that? With generative AI today, we're able to create a lot of artworks, a lot of beautiful pictures, isn't it? But who really is the originator? Who is the creator? Who owns it? Or simply put, who's the artist, right? So someone said, hey, you know, if we're all participating in your piece in the breakout room, is it really your piece? Right? What is it really? So that's what we're going to explore today, okay? So now, just a show of hands. How many of you are excited about AI and the prospects of AI? Yeah? Yeah, most of us. How many of us think maybe it might take over our jobs? All the brilliant minds here, right? We retain memory better. We problem solve much better than everyone else, right? But AI does that better than all of us combined, and in a shorter amount of time, isn't it? And Stephen Hawking's brilliant guy, also a genius like all of us here, well, he says it's doomsday, isn't it? Okay, so what do you feel about it? Let's see. So what exactly is AI? Any of you here knows? I mean, we talk about AI a lot. We talk about it in our companies, right? We're asking our bosses, what do we do with it? Can we use it? Do we actually really know what it does? It's just a fancy trending word that we throw around and talk about it during lunchtime and sound smart, I guess. Well, it's supposed to do learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception, language planning, everything that we human beings can do. So basically, what is AI? You put in an input, okay? AI has an algorithm, all right, and then it gives you an output. That algorithm used to be us. We do all of these things, right? And then we generate that. Okay, so basically AI kind of is going to replace us, isn't it? Look at all of these beautiful pictures generated in milliseconds. Okay. There was a bit of controversy. Someone actually submitted an AI-generated artwork to a UK competition. And again, people are not happy because it won the first prize. Imagine a traditional artist painstakingly, pouring their heart and soul into the canvas, and then voila, here you go, just put in a few prompts, and there you have it, right? So who actually is the author, the creator, the artist? Any of you here want to hazard a guess or have a thought about it? Who actually is the artist in this instance? Do you think this person deserves the prize? Why, sir?
Okay, I will improvise an answer. I've tried to generate images myself for work and for fun, and I didn't come anywhere close to this. So it must take some skill to be able to generate this image, I think.
I tried to do the same. I only managed to get AI to write my artist bio. That's as far as it went. I couldn't get it to recreate an image as beautiful as this, so you're quite right. And if we follow that logic, then AI is just a tool. Whether I use acrylic paint, spray paint, AI, it's a medium for me, right? Because like you said, input-wise, it still depends on us and what we feed into it. So perhaps then, right, people like us, natural persons, we are the originator, we're the creator. But let's think about it some more. How many of you come from countries where you already have cars without drivers? Anyone? No Americans here? No? Well, it has caused some controversy. Okay, we have had driverless cars that didn't move after an accident, blocking ambulances, okay, delaying, all right, time, okay, where, you know, again, we know in an emergency, precious moments, okay, life and death really hangs in the seconds. And in this sort of instances, who's to blame? Technically, there's no one there to move the car. Do you then blame the company that introduced the cars? Right? Or is it the regulators then who allowed it in the first place? Well, thankfully, none of us live in countries with driverless cars yet. Okay? But any idea? Where should the blame go? No one there to hazard a guess now, just in case I pass you the mic, right? So what's the difficulty then in trying to find, why are we trying to lay the blame? Why are we trying to find who's the creator? It's because of this, right? Acts that we currently have, copyright acts, intellectual property, for example, it identifies a natural person or a legal personality. So, for example, a company can register an IP, right? So you still need, for example, a human being or a legal entity like a company, right? And when you identify that, that's where you can lay the blame as well when something goes wrong. But at the same time, the reward goes to that person, right? Like you say, put in the right inputs, get a really beautiful piece, win that prize, you get the reward. So, here is a food for thought. The fact that now AI actually mimics everything that we try to do we actually accord the risks and the rewards, right, to AI or to the person that put, you know, the effort into it? So, a few cases to think about, again, a few American cases. In one instance, based on the algorithm in YouTube, it was promoting a lot of videos, right, that encouraged certain thoughts, and someone acted on it, carried out terrorist acts. Okay? Now, the family of the person who passed then tried to lay blame, right, on Google, on YouTube, or in the most recent incident, TikTok. Okay, because again, all the trends, right, whatever that you're looking at, it keeps coming back to you. Okay? Do you think that they have a claim? Do you think that it is right for them to go against these platforms and say, you are to blame because your algorithm generated all of this and led to the actions that caused the death of my loved one? Yes? Would you like the mic?
I just say no one's forcing you to click on it.
No one's forcing you to click on it. Perfect. So that's where the law is right now. They said no one forced you to click on it. In fact, the blame really should be on the actors, the one who carried out the acts, right? For example, the terrorist acts, okay, and not on the platforms. But the laws are still developing, so we'll give it some time, all right? But think about it, okay? Copyright laws, IP laws, these were acts that were enacted without AI, or even the concept that something like that can produce so much output and lead to, you know, so much impact on the world, okay? Why are we interested in who the author is or who the creator is because we need to identify someone, right, to either reward, like I said, or someone to blame when something goes wrong. And at this stage, to be honest, we're not there yet. In terms of EEA, which is the European Union, we actually have the AI Act coming out. I know Jackie said that in Indonesia, AI is a void, right? We don't have laws written on it. In Singapore, for example, we have guidelines. We're always very business friendly, right, and practical, and like Jackie said, we're meticulous. So we came up with guidances on what you can and cannot do, what's safe use, but we have not yet legislated on it. Because why? You don't really know what people will do with it or what really will happen. And laws really are retrospective, right? Something happens, then we react to it. Okay, so at this stage, whether you're doing collaborative art, whether you're using AI to do your job, and hopefully it doesn't replace you, give it a thought about creativity, give it a thought about who really is the author. All right, so with that, I know I'm the only thing standing between you and lunch, so, but you already brought it in, okay? Apart from you, anyone has any questions? If not, I'll just release you from this Pullman room. Yes? Fatu. So it's funny Fatu asked the question because she's also a data protection officer. So I'm quite sure she's trying to put me into a spot here. She's doing this deliberately. Okay, so I'm gonna examine it from an APAC point of view, okay, since you're from Europe and we know we have AI Act. But for example, in China, right, we already have AI giving out sentences, jail sentences. Yeah, and if the judge wants to deviate from it, the judge has to give a very good reason. Amazing, isn't it? But I think you can do that for civil jurisdictions because, why? A lot of it is on the acts of parliament, on the sources of law. It's not so much like in Singapore or the UK where we have a lot of cases, right? And you would want to look at that as well. So to be honest, I feel like AI can do a lot of things that, you know, used to be burdensome, but we as human beings then, as a natural order, would learn to evolve and maybe take on a higher level of thinking. Any other questions? Any other hidden data protection officers in the room? All right then, thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Sabrina. Well, please come and join us on stage. So, very inspiring. We still have one speakers today, ladies and gentlemen, and after this we are going to have lunch. After the last speakers, we will coming back to this ballroom area because we have special workshop, Pandat dance, Balinese or Indonesia traditional dance. We are going to having workshop and practice around 1 until 2 or 3 p.m. Please coming back again in this ballroom around 1 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. sharp. We are going to continue for workshop Pandat dance. Well, next there will be a token of appreciation for Miss Sabrina. Please give applause once again. One more with handphone. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Bali. Thank you.